Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah finally the evidences are say NPP and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and a former IGP Papa Akufo-Dampare omo planning ye say omo kwa kokuno nane or the pictures and evidence say and some last week obeka no enye botiamaseka bi na obebo ni tirim eka ye na emom no ade a esiye na according to Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah ensema wo kan kire say before kra omoche no cells wo no and awurade eden ani kire say omo pese omo kokuno enti ono so after say revelation by no oda ne ho so na omode ne ko nyina no na onimde kwa kosi na ne mpaibo enso ye dum enti nei osiso asisu pi se MPP ebetumi aba power pa ebra wono Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah tiase dia never and never again until say MPP for betumi aka de na komode ekoye no de akire no never say omo betumi abetina mampanyini akunya na so Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah de ya obi kasa kame ho na yenkwaje enkomono mu enchemu famra wo so kire wadwen wo ye comment section wo fama me haguso a Daily Gossip TV so
in the revelation which I received while I was in cells, I saw 8 armed policemen wearing masks on their faces. And then I saw all of a sudden in the revelation, they took me into a certain pickup vehicle.
Police baako te mensa nifa so, baako te mensa bonkum so. And a baako te front seat and a driver no.
In the revelation, in the revelation, I saw that out of the 8 policemen, 4 were in the car. 1 drove the car, 1 sat on the front seat, 2 sat on my sides, 1 on my left, 1 on the other on my right, and the other 4 sat in the buckets of the car at the back. And then they drove the car to a dark spot.
And at the front, injection.
And I saw in the revelation that the one who was seated on the front seat brought out an injection, a syringe.
And the injection
now brought out a syringe which had a substance in it. Now the policeman who sat on my left and right had held fast onto my hands, and my hands were in cuffs. And so the one in front was going to inject me with the substance in the syringe. So in the revelation, I was struggling with them, and I had held the needle. And I screamed, and the needle broke. So when I came to my consciousness, it was a revelation I was having.
I'm a gentleman, I know your police ni odimirika ba menchen e wo inside no so yes so no obi anya problem meet no so she inside.
Lo and behold, when I screamed in the revelation, it came out live, and so I screamed to the hearing of the other inmates. And so there was one policeman also in the cell who rushed to me and said, "Man of God, what is the problem?" Now I answered,
Vice President,
the only thing I could say is that is Nana Akufo-Addo still president of Ghana? Is the vice president still in Ghana? And they are watching people watching the police to maltreat me in this manner. Now,
police hospital.
Toward the setting of the sun in the evening, they came for me and took me back to the hospital. They handcuffed me again to the bed. Now before they came for me, I told one of the constables to call my brother for me.
And I'm a revelation I
said to Reverend Anakwesi, do not move from here, because if you go home, this is the revelation I have seen. They want to kill me or do some cause grievous damage to me. So don't move from here. Don't go home. That was what saved my life.
Minianom, sofo Nana Kwesi, ene minia papaya awule, ena me second born Kofi, Oman Kofi. So ti car num omu da car num. We that 30 minutes no aso na we had 30 minutes no aso no mo hwe de ekoso.
So my brother Nana Kwesi, my son Kofi and Papaya did not go home. They slept in the car. One will sleep 30 minutes and wake up, and the other will go to bed 30 minutes, and they were just watching what will happen.
And I just want something.
Around 1 something.
And I'm who police for 8.
There were about
mask 8
armed policemen wearing masks. And when they came, what they said to me, that they have been sent by someone from above to come for them, to come for me and bring me to his presence for a conversation. So I said to myself, Lord, please help me. If you don't intervene, oh Lord, I am on the brink of death. Are they really going to kill me like I saw? So they took me because I resisted. I told them I won't go anywhere. I was one person in the midst of 8 armed policemen. So when my brother Nana Kwesi and my son and Papaya, when they saw what was happening, they moved the car from where it was parked, and now they stood directly before the pickup vehicle the police had put me in. So they got down and said, hey, where are you taking our father to? Where? And arrogantly, the policeman said to them, if you don't get out from here, we would hit you with a gun. So they pushed me into the vehicle.
Police handcuff gumensa ena ba ko tie ne mo nyina de ade ahyehyɛ o manim ade na hyehyɛ o manim ade o mo koye me den.
They pushed me into the vehicle, and just like I saw, there was one policeman who sat on my right, the other on my left. My hands were still cuffed. There was one seated on the front seat, another policeman driving, and the remaining 4 went into the bucket.
Asma me kai sofo Nana Kwesi wo ho, me second born Kofi wo ho, me brother Awule wo ho.
Now there were witnesses to this. Nana Kwesi was there, my son Kofi was there, Awule was there. They all witnessed it live.
Police for move car no.
So the policemen moved the car.
Pickup.
The pickup vehicle.
Na menua no America bi omu di me to free ho no.
On top speed.
Me hu bi die in my life. Nana Kwesi mu so the car edi o machi.
On top speed. So they sped out from the compound of the hospital, and so Nana Kwesi and Awule and my son, they also followed.
Omu pese omu koja Nana Kwesi mo.
Now they wanted to stretch the distance so that they would not be their way or their whereabouts will not be noticed by Nana Kwesi and the rest. But they also sped up after them. My question to Ghanaians and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration.
Vice President those days, Dr. Baumia and police council chairman
and
IGP.
And during the administration, the vice president was the chairman of Ghana's police council. George Dampare was the IGP of Ghana at that time. The question is, where at all were they taking me? What were they going to do to me so that they needed to wear masks on their faces? So we drove past the police headquarters, went into those, the trees along the road. We went through some some road, and I saw that we're around the British High Commission.
Make us say
my hands were still cuffed. I was sandwiched between two police and they drove us through Owusu
stadium
on the stadium road.
Speed.
Moving at top speed.
Still, one road
to another, and we got to Jubilee House. My brother Nana Kwesi, my son, and Awule were still following. And then when we got there, they parked the car. The one who was seated on the front seat got down and placed a call.
Broken English.
And the person spoke in pidgin English.
No, the but
I thought perhaps they were thinking I did not understand the English he spoke, but I heard him very clearly.
Another tie.
So
because
what I perceived from the phone call is that mission is aborted. There are people who are following us. The prophets people have seen us. So they decided, let's take him back to the cell. We'll do it another time. What were they going to do to me?
And did you receive call or gloves in a gloves in
so the one who went out to place the call, after the call, he removed the gloves he was wearing, folded them, and put them in his pocket. I saw him.
And a bag black. I feel me who said what the idea be a bag black and what and what the said
glove compartment.
Yeah. Dashboard I say, or the ashaho. No, I can't no the key
and when he came back into the car, I saw that he put something into a black bag, closed it up, opened the glove compartment, and then put it in that compartment and locked it up. What was in that bag? Listen, I am telling you about the terrible experience I had. And that is why I am so offended. In spite of all these things you have done to me, you still have the guts to come out and rain insults at me. And they cast me again into the cell and drove away. What evil did I do? How did I wrong them?
Obesi to it say Owusu Bempah akonsawam ana kusi.
And in addition to that, Dampare said that he will see to it that I am jailed to serve a prison term at Nsawam or Akuse.
For court crying for 2 good years.
We went in and out of court for 2 years, about 2 years. And I do not know how I wronged someone. Now it was at the time when the matter in court was coming to an end that they came to write my statement in church.
Ernest, Munsho Aprosiforo.
Now the policeman that came there,
and crank who and come back phone as into who to me a capture kakra.
Now Reverend Anakwesi and the others managed secretly captured some images of these policemen secretly, and if they had seen that photographs had been taken, they would have taken the phone. They would have damaged the phone or whatever device. This was the car.
Now for ete open ho. And Michelle Finfina Bakuti say our second seat car way.
There was
number
car.
Plate, Hyundai bi. And then Honda. Ya kokoroye nhwehwemu search car no me de be family police car. Honda bi number plate na bo ho na omu koku nipa ka se no mo de ko sebe ya wutresi a enye yi we nom no mo de mass ne hye hye mo anim no nyo mo nko ani o bi ka ho no mo ye 8 aha na no masisi o mo be dress de mass na hye mo anim ena nana kwasi motimi capture o mo.
Now when we conducted a search, we noticed that the registration of this vehicle was actually the registration of a Honda vehicle. So the number plate on the vehicle was not the correct number for the vehicle.
More being kase. No, also Bempah peskebi no man farmer intra. Mimusa obia ncheska.
Now truth is,
ebinim say yes na so dan na man ntina. Me pa cho mansre obia so nsima so dan ma mi o. Na na kufado na de kan me mansre no.
Now truth is,
MPP ni bia ni hon mo betimi aka so osu Bempah me ba na nchen me baje contractor neska ma nya bida na me de te hey.
Now truth is that I never asked for money or favor from any person. Some people say that, oh, the man of God is bitter because the NPP did not build his church auditorium. I never begged anybody to build anything for me. It was the president that promised that he would ensure that he builds it. Now after office, they sent to the office of the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. And he invited me to his office.
Now Vice President
an apology.
Mr. Fred Owari any MPP form penny form so
so the Vice President Dr. Baumia was there, Samia Wuku was there, Mr. Fred Owari and others were all present at the office of the Archbishop when they rendered an apology to me. Now, if they had not hurt me, why were they rendering an apology? Were you not in church? Now, were you not Vice President? Now, even after that, were you not in church when they came here to render an apology to me? I forgave them. The Vice President was still a good friend. Vice President. The Vice President. Sami Ewuku.
Penifo to say Mr. Fred Owari.
Mr. Fred Owari.
Mr. Todoso.
And some others. They came to my house and said to me,
Vice President Dr. Baumia Timi, I President of Ghana. No breme.
So when they came to me, what they said to me is that wherever they have been, whoever they have spoken to, they have been told that Prophet Isaac Owusu Bempah is the only person who can enable Dr. Baumia to become president of Ghana. And so they have brought Dr. Baumia to me. I should do whatever I can. My project, I should do whatever I can to make him president of Ghana. So we had a very cordial relationship.
I have nothing against them.
I had nothing against them.
But the
I can't rebel. I can't rebel. When God speaks to me, I must hearken to the voice of God and do what God has said to me.
Oh, Dr. Baumia, I didn't know yes.
So now, apart from the insults,
dear me who ya me can in Yamini each them is Satamokra may Vice President. And he didn't know somebody me to Tankuru Munamuyasa. Now me Kokasa, a whole party boo of Owusu Bempah, EDD MPP for Atem. Oman Komuko Kumeno, Omunamu Mubika. Na I didn't know Mukukume. I want to maintain you.
Now, where I can't understand is that they wanted to kill me.
Enti Sunday no se me kasai e ma ne broso a ensuo tap nkyerene a oje wo afede ma bre. Enough is enough.
So Sunday when I spoke out of the abundance of bitterness in my heart. Now if in my shoes.
When you would
have done worse.
After more sign, a microphone so musambra, and may nano diani beam. Then how? No, come was adding to Owusu Bempah Kasa. 18 Nka. There be some more saying yet. The NPP phone are more yes and yet.
So those people.
Mobile Jinu ye. Number who said the Amoya Nanya, Mokojinu Yinamu said the Munimi ye and yet.
Those people in the party.
Media mechanical cratch, my dear Modia Menede. Yamini ni penny. Me mom dear, Mebompa yetia, sa sa administration is Mebompa yetio Mosa. Me mam runners are bear Miss Eddie. Yamisha will be Hey, Bia, Obibaka say, Owusu Bempah, we are too no. Untimi Yahe, Untimi Kasa Womo Bima, me Pacho Ghana Chroma Yen and I teha. Na Edruwa, Yabeshe. And Yamen Kwanam to about, and I may can't roll the Kotua Banamano, but your soul in the decide. So. Akasa achire me ama maka de onyame semenka de yarade yesu semenka na maka na enu ntinka mu kokume me konyame anim kra na meka sa yarade de o ka semenka na meka ye no hwede nko mu kwai me nko mu kokume se ye wi kire me na nyame beye bibi eno nko akra keke it will go against you people tisamu asem papa bi kan mo meka na munya asa atem didie na mabɔ mo nkrofo pa na mo didi matem no na me mama kasenti amobie free na ekro ma kire masem wawie ba mo mu di matem no me so me komi nkoto dwanim ya misha obia amen.